So, dear student, good morning. I hope all of you are fine. Last class, as you know, we are just discussing about the French Revolution. Okay, last few classes we are discussing about this particular lesson. Till now, whatever we have read, okay, we basically discussed about that how the French main contributed towards this French Revolution, okay, and how they have made the French Revolution successful. But one thing I hope you people have noticed, and last class someone has asked this also, like what was the role of omen. Basically we never discussed about the role of omen so far in this lesson. In the last class we also discussed about that, like how the 1791 constitution provided basic human rights to men, but the question is that why not for women? Why women were not given any such rights? So today we will discuss about the role of women in French Revolution. So let's begin today's class. Because of the monarchy system in France, both men and women were not treated equally, and in fact, the condition of women became worse day by day, and it all happened because the people in France, French society, they thought women will never able to fight, okay, for their rights. They had this idea about women. They had this assumption about the women, that they will never ever able to raise their voice to fight for their rights. But on 5th October 1789, something happened that put whole France in shock. So what was that? What happened that whole France be shocked? Uh, because of that incident, whatever happened on 5th October 1789, the male dominated society understood very well that it will be wrong to underestimate the power of French women. Okay, so let's find out that what happened on that day. On this day, nearly 6,000 women attacked the palace of Versailles. So many reasons were there behind this attack, that why did they attack, but the most important, one of the most important reason was that the high food prices. And when they attacked, this attack made the king and the royal family scared. They became very scared, and in fact you will not believe, the king was so scared that he left the palace, and finally he went to Paris and he started to stay there. And with this incident, women in France, they became more confident, and they got also this feeling that they can also fight for their rights like men. Okay, so dear students, uh, because of the monarchy system, as I have already told, in France, it was difficult for women to lead a proper life because they were not equally treated with men. Okay, they were not allowed to study, they were not allowed to take any job training or to take any training for any good service. Okay, they didn't have all these rights. These rights are only basically given to the rich class women. Not only this, they are also not having the political rights, that is right to vote. Clear? So because of all these kind of like ill treatment towards them, they decided to fight for this, they decided to fight for their rights. Clear? Now at that time, with the help of political clubs, you have already heard about political clubs, with the help of different political clubs and magazine, women in France, they started to express their views, that what they wanted, what they felt. Clear? So here you need to remember two important political clubs. Okay, these were the Society of Revolutionary and Republican Women. Two political clubs you have to remember. One was Society of Revolutionary, one another was Republican Oman. So because of these political clubs, Oman started to get some rights. Okay, so many rights were given to the Oman. Which are those rights? First one was government made schooling compulsory for girls. Girls were supposed to go to schools and they are supposed to receive education now. Parents of those girls, now they are no more able to force their daughter to marry. Okay, instead of that, they started to give importance of girls education. Not only this, divorce was made legal. Men both husband and wife could got the right to apply for divorce. And most importantly, women were given job training and they could also run a business if they wanted to do so. So in this way, fight for their rights, okay, fight for the rights of women continues. But after certain times, what happened? Because so many political clubs were closed, okay, many political leaders were killed. So one of the leader here you have to remember, okay, her name was Olympe Gouges. Okay, her name was Olympe Gouges. Okay, she was the first woman in France who spoke about something very important, that is Declaration of the Rights of Women. She clearly stated that what are the rights women should get. Okay, and finally, because of all this struggle, because of this long struggle by women as well, in the year already they got some rights, but finally in the year 1946, women were also given the right, political right, that is right to vote. So this was all about the role of women, how did they contribute towards the French Revolution. The next thing which we are going to discuss, that is that how French Revolution brought an end to the slavery system in France. To understand this, you need to know a little bit more behind this. What is that? Mexico and America had an area under their control that is called as Caribbean. I hope you have heard this name. In this area, there are many French colonies also exist. Okay, where in the Caribbean. Okay, and some of these colonies were famous, like San Domingo. Okay, then Guadeloupe and Martinique. Okay, so these were some of the French colonies which also existed in the Caribbean. Now in these colonies, what happened? Tobacco, coffee, sugar plantation have started. Now when we start plantation, means a huge amount of land is used for to produce different types of agricultural products. So when these plantations started, there was a huge demand for what? Human labor. Okay, so they required a huge amount of human labor to make them work in those plantation field. But people of European countries were never agreed to go so far and work for someone else. They were never agreed for this. So what happened? It led to the shortage of human labor. Clear? So on one hand, they have started those plantation, but they didn't have people to work there. So there are shortage of human labor. So to solve this problem, what happened? A triangular slave trade was introduced. What? A triangular slave trade among three nations, which are these, among among whom this triangular slave trade was started: Europe, Africa and America. Clear? Now when it started, what happened? Few French merchants started to go to France. Okay, French merchants, they started to go to, and what they have done, these French merchants with America, they started to go to Africa. Okay, and they started to buy slave from Africa. Clear? So what the French merchants have done with America, they had gone to Africa and they started to buy some of the slaves from Africa, and these slaves were brought in safe to America. They used to tie them together and they used to put them in a safe and they used to bring them to America. So just imagine how inhuman this system was, how inhuman solution was found out to solve the problem of shortage of human labor. So two ports were very famous in Africa from where basically these slaves were brought. These were Bordeaux and Nantes. Okay, these were the two ports from where basically these slaves were brought. And because of this slave trade, the condition of the slaves became very pathetic day by day. Clear? Because they are forced to work, they were ill treated in the society, and the National Assembly in France, they also had not done anything for the to improve the condition of the slaves. But it was all because of the French Revolution, because of a long struggle. In the year 1948, the slavery system in France was abolished forever. Clear? So far we just came to know that what French Revolution caused, how it changed the country, what are the changes it brought. Okay, we read that both men and women got some rights. Okay, they made their new constitution. Both men and women started to get treated equally. Okay, the society also improved. The society became ideal to live. Okay, not only that, the daily life of people also improved. Now here you need to know a little bit about that, how the daily life of the people in France improved after the French Revolution. What happened? Because of monarchy system, okay, in France, common people were never allowed to express their views. They are never allowed to freely express that what they think, what they want to do. They are never allowed to do this. Clear? And one more thing you need to remember, like there was magazine, there was newspaper, so many philosophers started to write something, but all these resources were available for whom? Only to the rich class people and only for some educated people. And if any philosophers or any thinker, they wanted to write something, they wanted to publish something, they wanted to publish their thoughts, they are supposed to take permission from king. They were supposed to get the king's consent. There is a committee formed by the king who used to give the permission whether you will be able to publish this or not. So because of these things, there are certain restriction to express the feelings of the people. But later on, because of French Revolution, everything became free. These restrictions were no more there. So now all those resources are available to all the people, and people were free to express their views, their thinking. So in this way, so many ideas started to get circulated very well among the people, like idea of liberty or idea of freedom. Okay, so in this way, French Revolution had a great impact on the life of the people of France. Clear? So I hope, because of all the last classes so far I have explained, you understood, okay, that how the French Revolution had begun and what happened during the revolution, and how what are the changes it brought in the France, and how finally France became a republic from a monarchy. So I think this much enough for you. Okay, I hope I have made it clear for you people, and I also hope you people will have understood the lesson. Okay, and I don't feel you will find any more difficulty. So please go through the whole lesson in your textbook, read the textbook again and again, then I will give you the notes. Okay, clear? I will definitely give you all the notes today itself. Clear? So write those notes in your notebook. Okay, and then after that, if you have any doubts related to this lesson, you just let me know. Definitely I will help you people. Okay, have a good day.